opinions is the name of this show. 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 Y'all ready? Let's go. It's the opinion show. We want to hear how you think. We want to know what you know. We want to talk about it, discuss it, laugh about it, no fussing. So get ready for the conversation to flow. It's time for the opinion show.
And now, here is your host, the one and only Tamika Wilson.
Hi everybody, welcome to Opinions. I am your host, Tanika Wilson. This is episode 3, and we are so excited to be here with you guys. Today's topic is about mental health. I have a very good, intelligent, smart, beautiful guest by the name of Maya, and I would love for you guys to help me welcome Maya to the show. Hi, Maya.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
I was excited. I was ready to do this.
Okay. So Maya, for the camera, tell them your full name.
All right, guys. My name is Amaya Jaylee Jones. I am 23 years old. I graduated from Elida High School, and I am a criminal justice major at Florida Atlantic University, and I'm pursuing my law career down in Florida.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is great. I love that. I was just having a conversation about there's not enough black people that takes law serious, far as getting education and being involved, being a police officer, being a lawyer. Like, I think there should be a lot more black young men and women that needs to get involved in law.
I feel like in order, we say so much about like how the system is this, how the system is that, it's corrupt, it's this,
That's
it's
right.
that, but nobody is taking the initiative to either be it or fight against it.
Or make it better. You're right. And the opportunities
I'm gonna be
are
that one
there.
to fight against it.
I know that's
Because,
right.
Yeah, I personally think that cases where young African black males, when they do a $50 robbery or
Right.
$10 or whatever, you know, the sentencing that they're getting now is way over than what it's supposed to be. It's like they're over sentencing them.
I agree. I just said that last week. So congratulations on that. So today's topic is about mental health. Mental health is an integral part of our overall health. It influences how we feel, think, act, handle stress, relate to others, and make choices. Its importance cannot be overstated, as it impacts every aspect of our lives, from our emotions to our social interactions, and even in our physical well-being. Yet, discussions about mental health are often clouded by misunderstanding and stigma. Mental health is a real thing. We really have problems about mental health. Even here on social media, a lot of people try to ignore it. All you post is happy times and everything that's happy in your life, but there's no way. Every day is a happy day. So let's be mindful about the conversation that we're finna have today, which is about mental health. And Maya is here to help us with this. There will be information that will be on the screen left for you guys to be in contact with people also to help with mental health. So let's get on with the interview. How are you today, Maya?
Like really.
Like really, let's do a mental check right now from 1 to 10. How are you doing?
I want to say a 6.5, pushing 7.
A 6.5, pushing 7. so you can need some little bit of help.
Mhm.
Today, I am mentally at a 8. I would say 8 because I'm excited. I'm happy that this is a new thing that I'm doing with the podcast. I'm excited to talk to each and every one of my guests. I learned something as well as teaching. You know, it's therapy for me as well. And life just be lifing for real. So everything ain't perfect, you
That
know?
part.
Yeah, life be lifing. It's all kind of stuff. Like, so I'm at an 8 and you at a 6. And hopefully when we leave here, we both be at a 10.
Oh.
Teamwork is teamwork, right?
Yes.
All right.
Ew.
So, tell opinions. Why did you choose the topic to talk about mental health?
I chose to talk about mental health today because I struggle with it personally, and I think the first step to getting better, or to get better.
That's right.
To get to
Therapy to talk
Yes,
about it.
yes.
That's right.
I feel like in order to get better, it first starts with talking about it.
Absolutely.
And I haven't really tried, like, I got trauma and grief that I go through, you know, myself. We'll
And
get
that's
into that
major.
later.
Right.
We'll get into that later.
Right.
But I think in the past, I didn't take myself serious. Like,
Okay.
I knew all the right things that everybody was telling me around to do, like go to therapy or meditate or journal or read books or, you know, like millions of things that I've been told that to do to increase my mental health, make it better. But I felt like I just had this glue at the bottom of my feet.
Stuck.
Yes, it's like I was taking, it's like I wanted to move and I could get my foot up, or I would get one foot up and that other one would just be
Have you
stuck
ever
down.
seen a therapist?
I tried it. I don't have insurance down in Florida.
Okay. Because Maya does not live here. She lives in Florida. How old are you, Maya?
I'm 23.
Maya is 23 and she lives in Florida by herself and is doing extremely good. I personally know Maya because she is my little cousin. She's very intelligent and smart, and I love Maya. So yeah, yeah, seriously, you done grew up to be a beautiful young lady, and I just love everything about you. Yes. So Maya, how is your sleeping habits?
To be honest, I get a good night's sleep every night.
Okay.
Even though, like,
Because
I
that's
go through
like
my
one of the
shit.
factors
Yes,
that
it is.
people struggle with.
With insomnia, bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I've always been that baby, child, kid, teenager that has just needed 9 hours of sleep no matter what I'm going through.
And you get it. Okay, well that's good.
No matter
'Cause I don't think
where I'm
that
at, like, who?
you gonna sleep.
Put me in the back of a trunk
And
with
you
a pillow
gonna
and a
sleep.
blanket. I'm gonna sleep like a
I
baby.
know that's right. That's good.
Yeah.
That's
So-
good. My mind won't stop. It's like my mind won't shut off. I get like, Lord, just like, you know, I
Silence.
pray.
Yeah.
You know, and when I pray, it seems like God definitely comes through for me and knocks me out because I have to be like, knock me out. Yeah. So you
So-
get yours.
Let me ask, do you smoke?
I do.
Does it help with the sleeping?
Which smoke?
Smoke weed.
I do smoke weed.
Does that help with
And
the
I
sleeping?
love it. It does. It does. It absolutely helps with my sleep. I pretty much smoke before I go to sleep, just to go to
Do
sleep.
your mind will still be racing?
Sometimes, yes. I told you life be life, and so it be overwhelming
Yeah,
sometimes,
yeah.
you know? Yeah.
That, and I will also want to say too, I don't know, but when I used to smoke like heavily, like I used to roll like, I used to go through 3 5s like every other day.
Really?
Yes. And
So you don't smoke now?
I smoke, but not as much.
Okay.
Because now I'm living with my aunt, temporary, just until Friday. I'm staying with her to kind of like help stack my money back up and
Okay.
get another apartment, and I achieved that. So, but in the meantime, like while I was staying with her,
Mm-hmm.
she's against smoking and drinking and all of that stuff. So I didn't really want to
Bring that to
bring
it.
it
You wanna be
around.
respectful.
Yes,
Yeah,
for my P's
absolutely.
and Q's. Like
Yeah.
I didn't want to feel like I was walking on eggshells. I respected her as a person and what she believes in, or like her rules.
Right.
Like, if she says, don't come in here smelling like weed, or don't even like you smoking. Smoking is weed is drug. Weed is drug. Weed is bad. Weed is drug.
That's right.
Weed is drug. Then.
And actually, it's legal, but I got bad anxiety.
Mhm.
You know, I really do. Everything is a rush. I'm worried, and so I think it helps me a lot, calming down, staying calm, and helping
It's
me
a
sleep.
beneficial plant. It's not even a drug.
Right.
She just calls it a drug because if you smoke it, it's a drug. Nicotine
That's
is
right.
a big drug.
Yeah, she old school. Like,
Yes.
that's right.
She's Haitian.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, they ain't playing that.
At all. So I just don't even. I bought a weed pen, like the ones you get from the smoke shop, like to puff it here and there, but it's lowered my tolerance.
Okay.
So now that I'm not rolling backwards, back to back to back to back, I'm actually able to sit up in here and smoke a butt and enjoy it.
So
Like,
do you
enjoy
think,
my
do you think that helps you with anxiety? What's your reason for smoking?
So to be honest,
Mm-hmm.
I ask myself this a lot, and I still can't give myself an answer, because even when I do want to say overthink, because I am an overanalyzer. Like I do overthink shit, and I would literally create a scenario in my head that's not real and believe it. Like it's that bad. So I started smoking for that reason, but
To keep a calm?
yes, to
Okay.
keep to just chill out,
Right, right.
But I felt like as I started smoking more and more and more and abusing it, and so then I built a tolerance to
Okay.
where if I would just smoke, it felt like a vape. Like
Right.
I'd have to roll another one and another one just to get high, and that's when I'm like, all right, I need to chill out. Like it's not working. That's why I'm twisted up right now in the head. Like
Yeah.
let's tone it down a little bit. And I think with me moving in with my aunt helped it a lot, because had I just went from an apartment to another apartment and just been smoking,
Mm-hmm.
I would be smoking for no reason and
Right.
still be messed up in the head, or still
Right.
going through the motions. Like I don't know, I used it as an escape, and now I think since I went through the whole, this ain't working, I got a tolerance, or I don't have a tolerance. Now I just smoke it whenever somebody pisses me off or I'm just stressed. But it works now that I don't let it.
We don't encourage smoking weed.
You're right.
We just really telling our truth.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like I have to do it every day. I actually don't even smoke with anybody. I go to the dispensary and get it, because nowadays you can't trust get someone.
They're lacing everything.
Everything is being laced with fentanyl. Like it's people that's literally dying and overdosing and everything, just even off weed. You know, so I'm not encouraging you guys to smoke, but if you smoke, I am encouraging you to go to the dispensary.
Where it's safe.
Sorry about the dealers, but that's just how I feel, you know. I ain't trying to step on nobody's toes, but yeah.
Y'all killing us.
Yeah, y'all killing us for real. Like, what's really
What you
good?
mean? I'm not sorry. No, y'all can keep that.
I know that's right. So, how many close friends do you have? And the reason that I ask, because I feel like family and friends are a major part of a person's mental health. Like who you surround yourself with, what y'all got going on. If a person always depressed and calling you and angry, it kind of brings you down. You know, like I had a friend that every time she called me, she brought me down. Her spirit, everything is wrong, and it puts a weight on your shoulder when you care about people, you know?
Right.
And I got a heart and I care about people. So how are you with your, do you have close friends, or how is that?
I don't have like a specific like person that I can really just like call as my best friend. I have like a very wide circle.
Okay.
It's not all connected, like the circle isn't really connected. It's just, I don't want to say acquaintances. I just have friends, really. That's
You just a friendly
Mhm.
person, but you don't have no one. What about
I did.
Naja?
I did.
I think you
me and-
just put a
that's-
shout out to Naja.
That is okay. See that's family though. That's different.
It's
I separate.
family,
I
right.
separate friends from family.
Okay.
I mean, there's some friends that can make it to that family. You know, like
That's
Ashlyn
right.
and Trinity, for example. Shout out to y'all because I love y'all to death. And my girls since middle school.
Okay.
Them two, they're family. Like,
Okay.
No matter what.
Right.
But like I feel like everybody else, friends that I met down in Florida, the friends that the friendships that I grew in high school, even
Mhm.
like not really like this with them.
Right.
There's two girls down in Florida that I like rocked with. I still rock with to this day.
Mm-hmm.
But one of them, her name is Imani. I don't. She may watch this. She may not because she's from Tampa. She
Tune her in.
yeah, I
Tell her
will.
up. Tell her about
Now,
it.
okay, now you're watching, friend. I know you're watching.
Yeah.
So she lost her dad at a young age. I think when she was like 11 years old, the same age as my brother when he lost his dad.
Okay.
And so when that happened with my stepfather, she was there to kind of like literally be there for me, just be a shoulder, navigate, like, all right, like you can cry, you can scream, you could not talk to me for a day, like just feel it, like just let it out, don't stuff
Right.
it down there.
Eat it
Yeah,
down.
yeah, like I'm sad to this day because she moved from, we were living in Miami together.
Okay.
She moved back home to Tampa because Miami is expensive.
It is.
Like it's
it really
expensive,
is. Even on vacation.
it's expensive being away from home, period.
It is.
But down there in Florida, like you at least need $2,000 for rent, and baby,
Right.
so
That's a lot, Maya.
it is.
Coming from where you come from
Yeah.
here
Yes.
and moving down there.
Mhm.
But I say, you never know unless you try
Yeah,
it.
and it's
And you a big girl, you tried it.
yeah. I wasn't scared, bro. I was not. I went
You
head
wasn't?
first. No, I knew. I've been saying since middle school that I was going to Florida. Like I don't want to be in Lima no more. I want to go to Florida where it's hot and sunny. Like I knew the sun was calling me.
Mhm.
Like, and I know wherever I wanted to build my career and started at, like, lay the foundation, I wanted to be with somewhere that I was comfortable.
Absolutely.
I love vacationing in Florida.
Absolutely.
I might as well live there. And
That's
I did
right.
that. I made that happen. I went back to high school a year later to go see my teachers,
Mm-hmm.
and they were just like, oh, like, hi, Maya, like, like, hope all is well. Are you still in Florida? And I'm like, yep. And they were
Right.
like, wow, like, I didn't think that you were gonna do it. Most of you
Or make it because
Yeah.
and don't fit. Even if you come back, this is your hometown. So when I say or make it, don't. If you come back, you come back.
Yeah.
We welcome you. I love to see you every
Of
day.
course.
But yeah, so a lot of people leave and do not make it,
Mhm.
but you're doing good. I keep my eye on you, and I'm very proud of you. So, Maya, I know you just lost your grandfather, and I give you my deepest condolences about that. How are you handling that? Because that just happened this weekend, right? I mean, like, just,
No, it was recent. Like, literally, like, this past weekend. I think, no, I lied. His funeral was this past Friday.
right.
He passed away Sunday. That week that I came here, like, to come see him and say goodbye, I came a week before.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom was just kept, telling me, like, because I was actually supposed to go to Texas for my cousin's graduation last week.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I told you that. I
No.
was supposed to go to Texas, but my mom called and was like, no, you need to come to Ohio instead. Like, don't be selfish.
Right.
So I was like, all right, like.
And she needed you. That was her dad.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely.
So I went up and saw him, but I thought I still had time with him. Like, I didn't know that he would pass away next week.
right.
I did not. Like, when mom said come see him, like, I'm thinking, like, okay, like, let me go back for the rest
How
of
did he
October.
pass?
Old age.
Oh, age. Okay.
He had a stroke back in 2016,
Mm-hmm.
and then kind of never really recovered from it.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of kept declining slowly, like little by little,
Right.
ever since. And we just went on this past cruise in November. We took him on and we got him on. He He had a blast.
Oh, that was good. That was amazing.
Yeah, but I didn't know it would be so soon. Even last week when I went to go see him, like I said, like I'm thinking like, okay, I'll be back, Thanksgiving. He'll be around.
Yeah, because that's what you told me.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
yes. So, and then when I got the news, I was actually at work.
Mm-hmm.
I had just finished a brunch shift, and I was after work. I'm not allowed to smoke.
Mm-hmm.
So I hung out after work. I changed my uniform. We're not allowed to smoke in uniform. So got out of my work clothes and smoked and called my mom. I'm like, oh no, she actually texted me. She was like, what time do you get off work? So I was like, I'm off work now. Like, I'm smoking. What's up?
Right.
So I called her and her face looked like she was just crying again. So I'm like, what's wrong? Like,
What
what's
happened?
wrong?
You knew
Yeah.
instantly.
And she just wouldn't say it. And I'm like, Mom, what's wrong? What's wrong? And she's
Right.
like, he passed away. And I just fell out right there. I was literally right in front of the owner. Like, I was at the owner's table.
Mm-hmm.
So it was the owner, his friend, two of my coworkers, and then me smoking. Like, it was embarrassing, like, to get used. Not embarrassing, but like,
Hurtful. It took your happy mode instantly
Mhm.
away.
yeah,
you
because I
just
wasn't,
chilling.
yeah, that too, but also because I wasn't private. Like, I wasn't alone. I
Oh.
was around people.
So did you have it on speakerphone like all of us do?
No, I had
Okay.
my earbuds.
Yeah, because
I had
I'm
my
guilty
earbuds.
of that.
Grow up.
I'm guilty.
You need earphones?
I got some, but it's like, when you on speakerphone, you can just hear louder. So, I'm
No,
guilty
it's
of that.
muffled when it's muffled.
I'm learning
Cause
because
I'll be like, huh, every time I have somebody, even on regular, no.
Yes.
I gotta put it on speaker, like, no, let me put you on my beats.
right,
Put you on my beats.
right.
I can literally hear you, like every single syllable that you say.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Maya,
But,
again, I'm sorry about your grandfather, but I know you guys actually went through a trying time.
Mhm.
You lost your stepfather to suicide,
to mental health.
to mental health. Yeah. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so it was.
How old were you? Because it's recently. I mean, and
I was 20.
how close were you with them? Of course, it was your stepfather, but how did that affect you? And just tell us a little bit about that
So
and
wasn't-
who he is
yeah.
also.
I think for the most part, majority of Lima knows him as
Right.
Pops. Like, he went by Pops. That was when he first came into my life.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't feel right me calling him Dad, and I didn't feel right calling him Dad because I had a dad.
But were you? Your mom and him was married, right?
Not at the time.
Okay.
Not at the time.
Okay.
They were married. They married eventually. But at the time when he told me to come up with a name,
Okay.
they were just boyfriend and girlfriend. At first I didn't like him. Hated him. In their wedding pictures, I'm literally like,
Really, Maya?
yes. In the way I didn't like him because for the longest it was just me and Mom.
Yeah.
So my mom and
You
my
see-
dad split up. It was just me and Mommy. This guy comes in. He has one arm. He's foreign. I don't know him, and he's taking my mom. Like I didn't like him.
Like the whole situation.
Mm-mm. Yeah, but
It usually be like that with kids when their parents,
sure.
kids when their parents get a boyfriend. Cause I don't think my kids ever like none of my boyfriends. Seriously, I don't care. They just don't like them, Especially when they used to it being you and them. If it's not the dad, like they just don't like y'all. So y'all gotta work hard for the kids. If y'all want to come
Right.
in the kids' life and be a stepfather, like y'all gotta really do that. They don't
Apply some
want to
pressure.
apply some pressure, please. They don't want to just see you come in the house and go to mommy's bedroom,
Mm-hmm.
like period, point blank. You know what I mean?
But
So
that's how he was though. Like it wasn't just gifts and like he actually my cousins warmed up to him first before I did. I
Okay.
saw my cousins playing around with him because he got his arm shot off in the military back in 2001 for protecting like a group of doctors that were traveling from the U.S. to Nigeria. They ambushed
he's a
him.
Nigerian,
Yeah,
right?
he's from Nigeria.
Okay.
He moved here actually treatment when he got shot. He was shot over in Africa. He
Well, he definitely was fighting for a good cause. So
was.
that's,
He lost it.
you know, yeah, anybody can, that can happen to anybody.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And luckily, by the grace of God, he was still alive
Absolutely.
after that, because they could have really came, if it wasn't for him pretending to be dead, they would have came up to him, I'm sure, and popped his face off or
Right.
did anything. Like, he was here for a reason. And what had happened was he never really fully recovered after that day that he was shot. Like, he never bounced back mentally from it. He never
Okay.
bounced back.
Okay.
Like, he had to come to here, to a foreign country. He don't know, he barely know English, whatever. Like, he don't know anybody here except his family. He has to come for treatment. He basically has to start over, start a new life,
Mhm.
and without an arm.
How did your mom meet him?
So they met at, he was working, both of them were working for CRSI.
Okay.
You know where CRSI is?
I don't.
It's over off of Temple Christian.
What do they do?
Work with people, it's like a disability home.
Okay.
It's-
So he was working there too?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure. He also had a job in Toledo, because that's where he was living. He was living in Toledo when he first met my mom, and working in Lima, but
Mhm.
also working he was road running, just back and forth, Lima, Toledo.
So he charmed your mom.
My mom at first wasn't rocking with it. Like, she was like,
well, he,
no, I'm your boss. 'Cause
he
she was
applied
his boss.
pressure. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
she was like, like, we could be cool. I'm your boss though. And he just, like you said,
Consistent. Consistent. I want you.
Yeah,
I like
kept
you.
applying that pressure. And
Yeah.
she eventually was just like, screw it. And next thing you know, like, married with kids.
Right.
I had my little brother Elijah. who's
Exactly.
13, so
Yeah.
they-
How many years apart are you and your little brother?
10.
10 years
Mhm.
apart.
So me and Elijah are,
Mm-hmm.
my grandmother on my mom's side and her sister are 10 years apart. And then my uncle's son, which is my cousin, and his sister, which is also my cousin, 10 years apart. 10 runs in the family.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lucky number 10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I was my boss too.
10? Okay. We're going to play 10
I
10.
know.
I'm going to play 10 10 10. Right.
Right.
Lucky number 10 today. So, and how does that affect your mental? Like, I know to see your mom hurt because you guys didn't have no idea.
No,
Was he in the home?
No, okay, so we first of all, we were completely blindsided. Like, mom being his partner for 13, 14 years, knowing him from the back of her hand to the front of his hand, she was even completely blindsided. Like, we didn't know how sick he was from PTSD, depression, anxiety, highs and lows, ups and downs, all of that. Like, it was everything all in one, or he just exploded.
So talking
he
to your
wasn't-
mom, she never said like he had dreams or wake up crying or nothing.
She didn't. You talking about her having dreams? Or him
No,
having
like
dreams?
him. Like, have he ever showed any signs?
No.
So that's what I'm saying. Like,
But
a
I-
person could be
Mm-hmm.
faking, but really going through it. You know what I mean? Like, people have on masks. You know, they
Right.
mask it, but really could be hurting inside.
The happiest people are the saddest people.
Right.
Some of the happiest people, not all. Some of the happiest people are the saddest people.
I
But
agree.
I think, they talked the night that he passed away. So what had happened was he went for a truck driving job,
Okay.
and he had just obtained his CDL. And mind you, that was hard even doing that because he's on disability. He has one arm from the military. Like, that was even a struggle to try to do, and he did it. He went to Tennessee to do, I don't even know how long the truck driving job was, but he really wanted that job, what mom said, and they denied him because of his last name on his immigration papers. His name was spelled wrong, and that's another thing that he's been fighting for is citizenship for the last 20 years.
Really?
Yes, since he got here, he's been fighting for it. He's been from interrogation after interrogation.
So is that hard for them to get it?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the U.S. immigration makes it difficult for anybody in the U.S. to get a citizenship. They're just like Social Security, slow. So I think that was another part on top of it too. I mean, we were calling him all the day that he was supposed to come back to Lima because, you know, my mom had a conversation with him that night that he got denied. They talked that night, and, you know, she was just like, you know, it's fine. Like, there's another job
We'll
that's
find
waiting.
something
There's
else.
another job that's waiting for you.
Yeah, we're
Like,
gonna keep him moving.
yes, literally, the guy, mom told me there was someone in Indianapolis that wanted him. She was like, you have another thing lined up. Like, God has something planned for you already. Like,
That's right.
He's telling you that's not the job of your dreams. So sleep it off. Come home in the morning. And he made some kind of joke, something like that's if I wake up. But he would say stuff like that all the time, like, cause he was very military. So like, if he dropped a hammer on his toe, I would have blown my fucking head off. Like, you know, like just very, you know. And she didn't think much of it. I mean, she knew. She would always say like, don't say stuff like that.
Right.
Like,
But
she
we don't
always
believe
yeah.
that things like that is gonna
But
happen.
nobody knew that he was actually gonna like
do
it because, or we didn't know what he says stuff out of anger, out of emotion,
sarcastic.
yes.
So
And he doesn't mean the stuff that he says. So
right.
when he said that to mom, mom's just like, shut that shit up, like, get home. He was like, all right, like, I'm sorry, you're right, I love you too, all right, bye. Woke up the next day. He was supposed to be home at a certain time. I think like by like mid-evening. He wasn't home by then. Mom starts freaking out. You know, like usually, you know, when he feels some kind of way, he has like he'll go in his own circle and just ignore everybody.
Okay.
He won't answer the phone. He won't answer texts. Like he'll just ignore everybody, even mom. Even though his mom doesn't do anything.
Was he in a motel?
Yes. So we kept calling him. Mom kept calling him, and so then it got to the point where Thursday night, it was on Thursday, she called me and was like, have you spoke to Pops? And I'm like, no. She's like, call him, please, because I'm scared. Like he's all the way in Tennessee. I'm scared. I don't know what's going on. He didn't get his truck driving job. Like, I'm scared.
Yeah.
Just call him. I know he'll answer to the kids,
Right.
which was me and my little brother.
Absolutely.
Called him, blew him up, he didn't answer. So I texted him and was like, I love you, Pops. Call me whenever. And the message went through, so I don't know, like, I'm not quite sure how Apple works. I'm still trying to figure this phone out 10 years
What
later.
did it say? Delivered? Or
It
read?
delivered. It delivered.
Yeah.
It delivered, but I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna tell you. Hold on. So, it got to the point where my mom called the hotel and was like, you know, my husband's, I don't know what's going on. I'm scared. My husband's not answering. He's a licensed gun holder. He probably has a gun on him. He's from the military. He has one arm. He has an accent. He's from Nigeria. She just
Gave the whole
yeah,
rundown.
it's the whole rundown. to
Because she's
Nashville.
worried.
Yes.
She's scared.
And keep in mind, when I say Nashville, I say Nashville.
Okay.
So, racist, don't like black people, Nashville. So, she called the front desk, asked him, you know, can you go to the door at least to see if he's there? It's his car outside, like I can't leave the desk right now, but I'll find some time to go figure this out.
Right.
So an hour later, she calls back, and you know, they're like, he's there, his car's outside, I hear movement in the room, but he's not answering the door. So mom's like, what the fuck? Like, why is he not answering us?
Right.
So then she was like, transfer me to his hotel room. Hotel phone was hooked off the cord, so he couldn't take calls.
Oh.
So she was like, all right, like now he's just being a dick. So she got the police involved, called for a wellness check,
That's
begged for a wellness check. Like, it was her, my uncle, probably a couple other people still call Nashville police.
Because this ain't right.
Yeah, something's not right.
Yes.
Either they were on the phone with Nashville, they were on the phone with Lima, like they were just trying to do their best to make sure that my dad was safe.
Mm-hmm.
And they just kept running my mom in circles, running my uncle in circles. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what exactly they said. I think when my mom had told me the whole story, it was all a blur because I was still in shock.
I know.
So I want to say that they just gave her the rundown and just never went to the hotel room. They didn't notify us that he was dead until the next morning at like 5 o'clock every morning.
Really?
Yes, he had wrote a note to us stating,
Really?
yeah, he wrote a note saying that, you know, immigration has been shit, like they've been targeting him, not targeting him, but they've been treating him like a criminal, not very good. They've been treating him like a criminal. He's done nothing but serve this great American country, you know, like he just went for the CDL and they denied him for his fucking last name, and he was just pissed at the world. And I think, to be honest, he made a temporary decision
Right.
or he made a permanent decision off a temporary emotion.
That's absolutely.
I think that's what it was, because, I mean, even, you know, getting the autopsy back and all of that, like, the way, you know, he was trained in the military how to kill people.
Right.
He knew how to, either right here or somewhere, how to like, die
He
instantly.
knew. That's right.
Yeah, where he was shot at, he could die instantly.
Oh, he suffered.
Of course. So it's like, that, even knowing that, like, I mean, I was an adult.
He was going through a phase. He wasn't sure. Like you said, he made a
temporary, or he made a
decision.
permanent decision.
A permanent
off of temporary
decision.
emotion. And
So
I
where
don't
did
think
he
had to
shoot
do that.
himself at?
Shot himself in the chest.
Shot himself in the chest. And he still lived. Did they say how long did he?
No.
Because he was by himself and they wasn't there. So
No. So the autopsy report is supposed to tell you.
right.
The autopsy report is supposed to tell you the time that he passed. Like
Right.
literally when the body was dead.
Mm-hmm.
The autopsy report, I think, said like 5:30 something in the morning with the time of death.
Mm-hmm.
And it was also the same time that the hotel manager called the police.
Yeah.
So it's not adding up.
Yeah. It's
How
not
long
all
was
the
he
way
dead for?
accurate.
Because his
It's not
because his I think his note dated Thursday,
Really?
21st.
Oh,
That,
wow.
yes, the day that we were calling him. His note.
So the people gave you guys the note, or they just told you guys?
No,
About
the
Your mom?
detective emailed a picture of it
it? Okay.
because everything was in Tennessee.
Right.
Like his phone, his car, his wallet, all of that.
Everything.
Everything was in Tennessee, and so was the note.
So you
So-
rushed to your mom?
Yes, I
know.
went straight. How ironic how I say this. The same way that I got my news about my grandfather when I was at work was the same news how I got it about my dad.
Right.
Same thing at work. But the first time when I got the news about my dad was 20 times more traumatizing. I'm gonna relive it because I have to, and it's my reality, it's my truth. Like I have to deal with it. It's something I go through with every day, even though I picture it all the time, like me getting the news and whatever. But it's how I grow, it's how I heal. So
I'm
So
sorry
sorry.
that you had to experience that. I'm sorry. He was really good to you guys. Your mom was happy.
he was.
Yeah. And unfortunately with your real dad not being there and with your mom, like he stepped up, you know, and I'm sorry that you had to go through that. That's hurtful. I'm sorry that his family had to go through that as well. I'm gonna let you guys in on something. Far as suicide go, I can actually put myself in that position because I was that girl too. When I was 15 years old, I attempted suicide myself. God is good, and what I can tell you is, it gets greater later. But for me to act like it doesn't cross people's mind or they're crazy for thinking like that, you're not crazy. But I encourage you all to know that it gets greater later. It really does. We gonna die anyway. We don't have to kill ourselves. Everything is killing us now. So make the best of it. But I just to tell a little bit about my experience. I had my first child at 14, and I got pregnant right back again, back to back at 15. And back then when I was 14, it was hard even telling my mom that I was pregnant, you know. Yeah, and at that time, you know, I had an older mom. They feel like it's a disgrace to the family because of my age. Now, I actually had Quay when I was 14, so I had to get pregnant at 13. Okay?
Quay's older.
Quay is
Quay's the
29.
Quay's
Yeah,
oldest.
she's my
What?
oldest.
I thought Fat was older.
No, Fat Man is the baby. He is 27.
So a year and a half apart, 2 years apart?
Right. Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Because Quay will be turning 30 and Fat will still be, he'll be turning 28. So they're almost like 2 years apart.
Literally around the same age.
Yeah. So it was back to back. And once Quay came, you know, I got the family loving me and I was really good at basketball. So I had a career ahead of me as well. And of course, you young, I got pregnant the very first time I ever had sex, mind you, because I was a tomboy. Anybody that know me know I'm rough around the edges, still is.
No
And
way.
yeah, seriously, like
First time.
the very first time. Not only was it the first time, it was the first time. The first time I tried it, I got caught by my mom.
Oh no.
Okay? I got caught. So it was terrible, girl. It was
Ooh, that is a whole,
the whole experience was terrible, okay?
that is a whole experience.
Yeah, so
Oh my goodness.
yeah. And
What?
I turned around, I had Quay. At that time I was 14, so they was telling my mom, and I had kidney problems, and they was telling my mom, like, we might have to make a choice between me and Quay. You know, you have to sign all that type paperwork in the hospital. Well, you don't have no kids, Maya, but back then, like, I don't know if they still do it now, because, you know, it's almost 30 years since I had a child. Yeah, I ain't as
Ooh,
young as
grandma.
y'all think.
Ooh,
Okay,
grandma.
right. Season. So, we had to sign the paper. That gave me anxiety.
Mhm.
And it was a young lady by the name of Fuji, rest in peace, Fuji. She had actually passed away from what they call a setback. So I was going in labor and all that with Quay. So all that scared me. It was just a trying time. Boom, I turned around and get pregnant again. I was on the brink of suicide. I was a young girl. I couldn't work. My mom was a manager at the Holiday Inn in Lima, and we couldn't get the JTPA jobs because she was making too much money. And it was just a lot going on. You know, I couldn't really get no money.
That's how it is for a lot of
Yeah,
people.
it was just a lot. You know, when I had Quay, my baby daddy moved to Alaska. Okay, Alaska. With the Eskimos, and really far, like, what?
What is it?
His dad was in the army.
That's probably why I was it had to be military related.
Yeah,
Yeah, ain't
that-
no fucking way out of all the places in the world that you chose, bitch, you chose Alaska.
With the Eskimos, and I'm not. That's
Yeah,
just
and the igloos and the polar bears.
So it was a lot. So with my son, I just couldn't believe I was gonna go through that whole process again. I didn't want to go through that whole process again. I didn't want to disappoint my mom, you know. And when parents feel like they gonna disappoint their parents, when kids feel like they're gonna disappoint their parents, that's a big weight on them too. It'll make you make temporary decisions when for real, just talk to them. It'll get better, I promise you it will, you know. But so that was my reason, and we're gonna move on from it. But I'm gonna tell you guys what stopped me. I gotta tell you that, because if I'm gonna tell you that much, I gotta tell you the reason that I didn't go with it. So I'm in my basement, my mama's basement. I had planned it. I wrote notes. I had my first daughter, so I left her a few notes in her baby bed. I left everybody in my family a note, as far as my immediate family, mom, dad, sister, them. I went in the basement, I got a gun. I chose the basement because I felt like I want them to find me, you know. But I'm pregnant, and I'm big and pregnant. I've already been hiding it. I'm every bit of 6-7 months. And my mom have not noticed. But I have a sister that lives in the house with us, and she was pregnant with Deonshay at the time. So all the attention was on Sheeb at the time. I had already had my baby, but mama didn't know that another one was on the way. So I'm in the basement, and I made up my mind, I'm finna do this. But I want to say bye to my best friend. And my best friend name is Jamie Banks. She's one of them, right? So I wanted to tell Jamie bye. So I picked up the phone when I was downstairs, and I had the gun in my hand, and I picked up the phone to call Jamie, and she wasn't home. So her sister answered the phone, Jessica. Jessica, if you watching, you know this is no lie, but I'm sharing it because I want them to know it'll get greater later. And I don't, and it's just a temporary decision that you think everything is so wrong, y'all, and it's not. So anyway, I called my friend, and her sister picked up the phone, Jessica, and I said, Jessica, I'm in the basement, I'm pregnant again, I don't want to tell my mom, I'm scared, and I'm finna kill myself. And I just wanted to tell Jamie bye and I love her, you know? And Jessica said, okay. And I think that shocked the shit out of me. Now, I was like, all she don't say is okay. Like, she don't even give a damn, right? That's the way I felt, but for real, it was a blessing in disguise, because if Jessica would have gave me any inch of empathy, I'd have did it because I was hurt. That's what I was looking for, clearly, you know? But she was just like, okay. And girl, I hung up that phone and I snapped right into it. Like, I am not gonna do this. Like, you know what I mean? That's why it's crazy how it worked, but I used to be that girl, and it only happened once, and I never thought about it again. And I'm so blessed. I was blessed with my son, Marquavius Wilson, aka Fat Man. You all probably know him. And I'm so happy that God came into my life. I come up in a church going family, so I was just out of my mind. Simple as that. So it happens, you know, and I encourage you guys to be strong as you can and talk to somebody.
Yeah, because I mean, you take your life, the pain that you're dealing with, you pass it on to your loved ones, but it's 20 times worse. Like, I can't imagine what my father was going through.
Right.
You know, like, at least the last 15 years. And
Absolutely.
he was the goofiest man alive. Like, you look at him, you talk to him, you wouldn't even know that he went through half the shit that he did.
Right.
Like, he just did. The reason why I am the way I am, how I'm so goofy, why I won class clown in high school is because of him.
Because Maya, for you to be
are.
a little depressed, as you said, like, you are fun to watch. You are very high spirited. You laugh a lot, but you said the happiest people are the saddest.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but one thing I did not lose, you know, since his passing was my goofiness, my sense of humor. It toned down a little bit, but I'm never ever gonna not be that. Like,
That's right. Don't.
Like, every time I walk in the room, I'm even if there's a spark that's not working in the light bulb, I'm gonna try my fucking hardest to make that bitch dim in that room.
I know that's
Like,
right.
at least light spark something, because
Yeah.
I think we all were put on this earth to fulfill our purpose.
That's right.
Even though we don't, some of us may not know exactly what our purpose is. Like,
That's
I'm still
right.
kind of on my journey a little
That's
bit.
part of my prayer.
Yeah. but
Lord, let me walk in my purpose.
We were put on this earth for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever that you were here on this earth for, whether it's your talent or your likings, whatever it is, like, take something and do something with it.
That's right.
That's it.
Have you ever thought about suicide?
No.
I'm glad. That's good. Cause no, that's good.
I mean, I would say stuff like, I would say stupid shit at the time.
I wish I wasn't here or something like that, but
I'd rather
no.
be dead than go through this right now. You know,
Right.
Like, I say that all the time, but now thinking about it, like, you know, experiencing it firsthand, you know, losing someone to suicide, I would never in my life put my family through that.
I know that's
No, I
right.
wouldn't.
Because I don't
would
think
rather a car
we
take me
understand
out before-
how it affects our family. Like, we think we doing something to ourselves, but it affects everybody around you. How is your little brother?
You know what? He's actually doing better than me.
Okay.
I'm gonna be 100 with you. I'm just gonna say this, and I can sound crazy. Like, you can look at me like I'm crazy. I don't know, but I think my dad is literally living in him.
Really? No, I don't think that's crazy.
Because before he passed away, like, I mean, you know, my dad brought us around, you know, Jesus Christ and brought us into the Word of God.
Mhm.
But he wasn't like on it like that until after he passed away. Like,
Really?
yeah, like we didn't like waking
You
up to
feel
go
the
to church in the
spirit.
morning. Yes, I can just feel it.
That's
It's through him. I
nice.
know it is because, you know, like me when I was his age, he's 13 years old. He's a 13-year-old boy.
Mm-hmm.
When I was 13, I was lying, going to the cornfield, sneaking with boys,
Right.
like just doing delinquent bad shit,
That's right.
doing everything that to break my mom's trust. This is why I made my mom bump heads like this growing up because
Right.
I just did bad shit. I forged my teacher's signatures. I just did dumb stuff, literally
Yeah.
dumb stuff. And so I was just dumb. But Elijah, like him, like he knows not to, like
You wasn't dumb, you was mischievous. You was just
daring. I want to say
Yeah.
daring. I was a very daring child. I wasn't
'cause
bad.
you very smart.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm not gonna call myself bad. I just,
Yeah.
if I knew not to do something, I would do it anyways.
Right.
Like, what's the hype about it? You know, like, what's the hype about drinking beer?
Right.
Let me see what that tastes like.
Yeah.
That shit nasty. But
I don't care
mean,
for beer that much either, but I like it. Like when I'm out, I have a beer.
I'm not a fan of it. I think girls who drink beer, you're a man.
You know what? They always say that, and that's crazy. You know what? That's crazy because they always say that guys when they take you on a date, they'll be like a beer, cause I'll be like, give me a
Girl,
shot
order a
of
glass
beer.
of wine. Like,
I'm not. I can't fake it. I want what I want, and that's just it is what it is. You
taste
know.
buds, all types of.
Yeah, I want what I want. So give me a Corona and give me a shot of Patron or give me a shot of Remy. You know what I'm saying? You can put my Corona in a glass, but I want it. So just to let y'all know, that's what I want. So I ain't finna fake it. I ain't getting no wine. Don't bring me no
Oh my gosh, I
champagne.
can't
What?
believe
Like
that.
I'm gonna be like, no.
No.
Let's go to the liquor store and get me mine. So.
Yeah, you get your little 6-pack. I'm gonna get me my bottle.
That's okay. So, Maya, is there anything that you would like to tell, opinions, or leave some advice for somebody who might be going through mental health? Or
Yeah, there's I'm gonna say like 2 main things.
Okay.
3 main things. So, number 1, if you're going through something, I know it sounds so cliche to talk to someone about it or whatever, but like if you literally have anybody that's closest to you or a friend or anybody, if you don't even feel right talking to a counselor, just let it out. Do
Let it
not
out.
stuff it down in and just let it build up. Because the moment that you reach that icing on the cake or the cherry on the top, like you're gonna explode one day and you don't know what you're gonna do. You could either take your own life, you could take someone else's life, you could end up in jail, you could be on drugs, no matter what it is, just talk about it to anybody. And second thing, I'm gonna just say this, I'm gonna leave that there. I mentioned earlier about everybody having a purpose on this earth.
absolutely.
I hope every single one of you guys do a lot of deep diving to figure out why exactly you are here on this earth. Because you're not here to just take up space. You know, God put you on this earth to fulfill some type of assignment. So I want to see everybody do that, even in little bitty small town Lima. Like, I know I hate the city to death, but at the same time, I love y'all. Like, this is my home.
Right.
Like, I love Lima, but I can't live here, but I do want the best for everybody up in here. And
That's
I know
right.
how Lima is. So
That's right.
I know how the littlest piece of distraction can get you
Throw it
messed
off.
up.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, get you thrown off track. So I don't know, I encourage everybody to have that group around you, that like a group of leaders, people that you look up to. Like,
That's right.
keep the people around you that somebody that you want to look up and be like, damn, like
I would love to be like
Yeah,
that.
or like I would definitely
They
listen
got it
to
going on.
Yeah, or I would listen to anything or a conversation there or advice that she has to say. 'Cause
That's
she
right.
looks like she's been through it. Like,
That's right.
You know, like.
And that's the big part of the reason that we have the podcast, because I want to inform. I want people to feel comfortable in this space. I want you to be able to come up here and talk,
Mhm.
you know, because there's people watching. Like the story I just gave about myself and my pregnancy, I'm sure that's going to help somebody, because whether it happened to me, it's like somebody is going through that exact same situation right now.
Not
You know?
everybody, but somebody.
Yeah, not everybody,
Yeah.
but
And
somebody.
it can help
you
that
know?
one person.
Yeah, you know, and I just want us to tell our truths and learn from it and take whatever we can. So, I appreciate you so much, Maya, for being on this show for mental health. How are you feeling now, from 1 to 10?
I'm like at a 9.
You at a 9?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
good.
Yeah.
I'm at a 2. That's good.
Like I said, like the whole reason for me even coming here was to just let it out and talk
That's
it out.
right.
Like it's different, you know, talking to it even with like a close friend or like a boyfriend, but like your family,
I am.
you know. So I'm
And
just-
even outside of this, let me tell you, I'm your big cousin. I love you, we love you. Like, it's a lot of us. And anytime, every time, we love your presence. Last time I was around you, you actually cooked for me. They don't know that. You
Oh
cooked for
my
all of us.
God.
Yeah, so, yeah, I love your presence. And it's not enough of it, but we still living, so we got time. And I'm only a phone call away, you know. So I was very, very excited to see you and do this. So yeah, thank you again. Give me a
This
hug.
is the #1 podcaster in Lima, Ohio. Y'all hear me?
You'll hear her.
Yeah, she's doing something different. You're not you're not on that same path that everybody else is.
Exactly.
Where it's just up in bars all the time.
Right.
On the busted page.
Right.
You know, like you're doing something with yourself.
Yes.
And you're actually serious about it this time. I know you were things like you got me on this, and I don't even live here.
That's right.
So I'm excited to see the next at least how many episodes have you done so far? 2. So I'm ready.
3. So
Including mine.
and well, yours is the 3rd.
Okay.
So
yeah.
this is the 3rd. This is Opinion's 3rd episode.
Yeah. So the next 4 episodes.
Yes.
I'm geeked. In
Yes.
the next 6 seasons.
Yes.
I'm geeked.
So as we conclude this episode about mental health, I'm going to give you guys a little insight. Mental illness is common but not normal. We all feel sad from time to time, and anxiety can play a crucial role in our lives. However, chronic anxiety, depression, stress triggered by trauma, and thoughts of self-harm needs to be addressed. If you are struggling with a mental illness, there is help available. I want to repeat that. If you are struggling with a mental illness, there is help available. Do not give up, guys.
Can I chime in real quick?
Sure.
Okay, when we say help, we don't necessarily just mean the 1-800 line. That literally means with anybody.
That's
Just
right.
reach out. The moment you feel like, all right, like screw this, I'm about to be out of here, call somebody. Because, like I said from earlier, the pain that you're dealing with now, you're not doing nothing but passing it on to your loved ones times 200.
Girl, say that.
So
That is so right. And on the screen, we will be putting information that you guys can reach out to get help. Other than if you do feel lonely and you just don't have nobody to call, we will be having that information available for you on the screen. You do not have to live like this, and you do not have to be alone in this journey. Get the help you need and deserve from a mental health treatment center. I thank you guys for joining us. I thank Maya for being my lovely guest. And before we let you guys go, I want to let you know that we had a sponsor today, and our sponsor is On a Mission. And I love my sweatshirt. And do y'all, it's pink. I know it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so that's why I kind of chose pink. And actually, October is Mental Health Awareness Month as well. They wear green.
Green.
Yeah.
And then I think September, or either April or September, don't hold me to it, it's Suicide Prevention Month.
Okay, all
And
right.
that's purple.
So we on a mission, y'all, and I encourage you guys to shop, shop, shop. You can get merchandise, and you can just look into it. Check out GUSlick.com. And when I got my merchandise, this little guy right here that I've been having sitting on the table, he came with it, and he like matching my fly. And that was just so cute. Now, I gotta say something about it because I haven't seen anybody with, I could put his hood on. You know what I'm saying? But, no, seriously, I thought this was dope. So, I liked it. I felt like it was great for marketing, and you really get 2 sweaters in one. You know what I mean? Seriously, like you do. Like, so shop, shop, shop on a mission, because we on a mission.
Literally.
So it will be information at the end of this video for you guys to shop on a mission. Peace. On a mission, y'all. Tap in. GUSlick.com.